Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shadowsphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a special edition of the Shadowsphere. Today I'm not sure who or what I am interviewing, but I am interviewing Smol Samuels. How are you
That's who you're
doing?
interviewing. You're interviewing Smol Samuels. What are you saying? That's ridiculous.
I mean,
And why is your name Shadow? Why is your name Shadow? Are you lurking in the shadows? Am I going to find you in a bush outside the house? Like, what's going on here?
it could be, and I'm guessing you're not as dapper as your counter-human part.
Why would you say that? Why would you say I'm not as dapper? I would say that I'm more dapper.
You say that you're more dapper. Okay,
I would say I'm
so
more dapper.
what?
I keep my bow tie on all the time, and I always got my nice clothes on. Whenever you see me, whenever you see the other guy, he could be wearing anything. He could be wearing shorts with a sleeveless top or something, with his chest hair hanging out.
Do you have pockets unlike him?
I don't have pockets. I wasn't lucky enough to be crocheted with pockets, and that is completely accurate to my human counterpart.
Yeah, okay. So your creator is Alicia, and
It's Elisa.
Alicia.
You said a name wrong. You
I'm
said a
bad at
name wrong. What
names.
kind of interviewer are you?
I'm bad at names.
You clearly are bad at names.
Listen, you don't even spell your name properly, and you're coming at me with
Listen,
names.
I was not given my name. You can talk to my creator about that, whose name is Elisa.
Yeah, fair enough. And your caregivers are Kai and Pookie.
I wouldn't call Pookie a caregiver, but she is a very nice human. But Kai, on the other hand, she's taken me all kinds of places. I love Kai.
You love Kai, but yet she let you get beat up by Matthew Grant. How's that feel?
She did not let me get beat up by Matthew Grant. That was an unhelpable experience. It's not like anybody could have saved me from that. And in my opinion, Matthew Grant, he deserves a beating, like a kick in the mouth or something.
Who's taller, you or Matthew Grant?
I'm taller, especially if you look at us in, side by side.
So when can we
I'm
expect to
stronger
see?
too.
When can we expect to see you on the scene fighting people, man?
I've already fought people. I've been in there. I've held the Canadian Deathmatch Championship in a picture. I haven't actually beaten anybody for it, but I held it up in a picture, and I was acknowledged by the champion. So I consider that a win. And then I was in a battle royal once, and that was awesome. I didn't last very long because my pops decided to give me a pile driver out of nowhere, and I didn't appreciate that. But we're still friends.
You also, me and you met back at Canadian Deathmatch's New Noise Volume 4, and you held the Off the Top Championship, which is currently held by Deathmatch Wrestler Hardcore.
Yeah. Why'd you ever take that off me, by the way? And why does Hardcore deserve it more than I do? You should have presented me with the championship and not him.
Hey, I mean, as you said, you're crochet. I need you to travel and defend it. Maybe you can beat him, and you can do that.
I definitely beat him. I beat him in a match of anybody giving me the chance. But they take one look at me and they're like, this guy ain't never going to beat nobody. And I say, hey, give me a chance, damn it. Give me a chance.
So tell me what your short life has been like being on this planet now, being a crochet figure in the world.
A crochet figure in the world. Everybody wants to hug me. Everybody wants to touch me. Everybody wants to say hi to Smol Samuels. And I say, that's okay, especially if you're a lady, because I like me the ladies.
What
I
would
don't
you say?
discriminate, though. I'm an ally. I'm one of them allies out here. I don't mind. I don't mind whoever wants to hug me. That's fine. But I do prefer the ladies.
That's respectful. You're very dapper and proper with the ladies, I hope.
That's right. That's right. It seems that you changed your tune since talking to me, and I present a certain aura about myself that you would think that I would be confrontational, but really I'm friendly. I just want to hug everybody.
So, where is Smol Samuels originally from? Because you're a Canadian import. So,
I've been all over the place. I've been my creator's from Indiana, so I say that that's where I'm from. I was crocheted in a airport, so I would say that I was conceived in an airport, which is a pretty cool thing to be, in my opinion. You don't see very many humans conceived in an airport.
and if they are, I'm sure TSA probably has something to say about that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the TSA, they got nothing on me. I'll check everybody's bags, and I'll take what I want.
So you're around the game. You're around all kinds of people. We know you have disdain for Matthew Grant. Now, where do you sit when it comes to? Because you go to a lot of Canadian deathmatch shows. What do you think of TFC and the boys of TFC?
Those guys in TFC, I gotta tell you, they're pretty cool. Especially their manager, because he seems like he's from the 50s. He's got that pompadour haircut. And I like him, wearing them leather jackets, looking like Fonzie. I like that guy. What's his name? Bill? Bill's a good guy. What is his name?
Will Carroll.
His name's Will Carroll? Okay, yeah, all right. Will Carroll. He's a good guy. I like him. And that Brandon St. James, he's got a head on his shoulders, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
And that Kyle, he's all right. He's got the green hair and the missing tooth, which, not very dapper. But, he's a decent guy. And I haven't met many of the other ones. Maria, she's great. She's awesome. Doing great things in Quebec. I can't speak French, but, je ne sais quoi, por favor, or whatever. I don't know. And,
Yeah.
What's that? There's like 8 of them, isn't there? There's so many of these guys. Xavier Black in Australia, he's fine. Yeah, who else? Who's that guy?
Chuck Stein.
DB Cooper. DB Cooper's cool. He's a good guy. You ever see his promos? He's like Dick Murdoch. He's great. And then Chuck Stein, yeah, the dirty white boy, the ruler of Detroit, the king wearing his crown of a mohawk. That's a guy right there. He's the captain. I know him. Him and I are buds. I met him at the last show. He's a good guy.
He is. I think.
Who am I missing?
Oh, I'm sure there's a couple more that I can't think of off the top of my head. When are you gonna grow a beard? We gotta get you a crochet beard going. You need that look. We're heading into winter, man.
I know that sometimes you see my pops with a beard. Sometimes he gives up and continues to stop shaving. I, on the other hand, have completely a soft face all the time. It doesn't matter. Like, I won't let the beard win.
Well, how do you feel about Pops and that Kyle with the rivalry that they have going on?
I got to tell you, I don't like when anybody is, against my Pops, because, then I got to cheer for him and hope that my Pops gets beaten up. No, I'm just kidding. I love him. But, that Kyle, he's putting them through the what do you call it? He's putting them through making them pay his dues, and I think he needs that, because sometimes he gets a little ahead of himself, and he's talking online, and he's all, in the comment sections, and, he's got a little bit of a head on his shoulders too, this guy, but he's my Pops, so I love him.
That's more than fair. What is your favorite venue or match that you've attended now? You got a lot under your belt so far in a very short lifespan.
I got to tell you, the Germania Club is so nice. I really do like that place, and they give me free food. They got hot dogs, and I love it when you just shove it right up against my mouth, like what I call my mouth. Doesn't really move. It's just kind of a piece of yarn. You know what I'm saying? Can't really eat nothing, but you can jam it up against my mouth, and it's like I'm eating it.
Who would win in a fight between you and Chucky?
Are you kidding me? Chucky's got nothing on me. He could come at me from all angles, and I'd be ready for him. Chucky, you know what? This is the thing about Chucky, okay? See, he dies all the time, right? And I've been dropped up my neck, you know? I've been in death matches and stuff like that, you know? And I gotta tell you, if Chucky comes at me with a knife or with something else, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be ready for him. And I'm gonna suplex him and suplex him and suplex him. And then after he's been dropped in his head so many times, hey, you know what? Maybe we have a martini and become friends.
I don't know. I think he's a little psychotic, even for you, even in the deathmatch world.
I don't know. I think he'd meet me, and then he'd see what my pops does to people and what people have done to him, and they'd just be like, "Listen, sometimes I don't really want to kill people anymore. I just want to see this without the absolution of the actual death." You know, a guy like Chucky, he's been at it for years. You know what I'm saying? He's probably sick of it by now. This guy.
That's fair. So considering your favorite arena is Germania, I would assume you love spending your time in Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton. It's the least dapper city in all of Ontario. I tell you that. Have you looked around? My God.
You would say Hamilton's worse than Oshawa?
I haven't been around that much, Oshawa. You know, sometimes I'm at Pop's house, sometimes I'm not. I'm usually in Niagara Falls or some other classy places instead of Oshawa.
Given the dapper nature of yourself, the news came out today, and we are talking today as in August 16th, that the Dapper Gentlemen's Club in Toronto, Zanzibar, burned down. How do you feel about that?
I had no idea. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I gotta tell you. I go there and I look at the girls and they all know me by name and they all want hugs and I tip them super duper well. And that's sad to hear that. I guess I've had my head under a rock or something and I had no idea. Rest in peace to the Zanzibar.
What's your taste in music, given that I don't know if you even have ears. I see you have hair. I just don't know if you have ears, but you can clearly hear me. So what kind of music are you listening to?
Of course, I have ears. You know, it's just kind of hard to crochet ears, so the hair covers up the ears. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen me? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But what kind of music are you listening to when you're taking it in?
Music, man. I'm all over the place with music. Seriously, you know, I've got Chucky's on there, Chuck Sinatra. You know what I mean? I'm all over the place. I got some Morris Day in the Time. You know, I got all kinds of funky bands. You know, what are you listening to?
Motionless in White.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I listen to a Canadian band called Burning Bridges.
Burning Bridges? Well, why would they name their band after something that's bad? That's ridiculous. Man, they must be some silly folks then.
What is that?
They're silly folks. They're naming their band after something bad. Like, oh, you're burning your bridges. Now you can't cross them no more. You know what I mean? What are you doing burning your bridges, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
I'll burn your bridges. I'll go into your bag and I'll steal your pants.
Maybe you don't like the name, but you should listen to their music. They're a really talented group of people.
What's a song that tell me what song to listen to? What's a good song by them?
I personally like Going Down. I think it's a great song by them, especially the Reloaded.
Going Down. God, do they have anything positive? Have they named any of their songs after something positive?
I'd have to go into my menu. I'm not remembering. I got a bad memory for names for when it comes to song titles. I just throw them on and I listen, right?
Man, when it comes to song titles, when it comes to human beings with their names, you're bad with names in general. Look at you.
Listen, I'm just grateful I can get through the day talking, let alone trying to figure out what day it is of the week, okay?
I can't imagine, especially as you've chosen to be an interviewer.
Hey, I have fun interviewing. And a few of their songs, now that I'm thinking about it, one is called Merry-Go-Round, Right Where I Belong.
Oh, Merry-Go-Round. That sounds nice. What's the other one?
Right Where I Belong and Love is a Game, which is really good tunes, man.
Okay, see, those are positive. Why didn't you open with those song titles instead of Going Down? I guess it is positive to be going down in some situations, but hey, I'm a child. I don't know nothing.
Oh, exactly, right? What have you been doing on the summer, man? Because you haven't been appearing at too many shows over the summer. So you sunbathing? What are you doing?
I've been busy. I've been out by the pool. I've been making calls. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing, business. I'm out here doing business. Because, my pops, sometimes he's not that much of a businessman. So he's got to look to me to make all the deals. You know what I'm saying? We can't all have a Bill Carroll being our manager and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. Somebody's got to get Bryan some bookings, right? And it's got to be you.
It's got to be me, because he's not a personable guy. He's out there with the martinis and whatnot, and he's shaking hands and kissing babies and all that nonsense. But I tell you what, behind the scenes, he can't manage nothing. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. This guy.
So how does it feel being a manager of the stature of a crochet man, but you have to manage a human being?
Oh, you know what I mean? There's always been people. Hey, you ever seen that Batman cartoon? Huh? When they had that puppet called Scarface. He wasn't being controlled by the ventriloquist. He was the guy who was controlling the ventriloquist. And I like to consider myself something like that. You know what I'm saying? But, cuter and, without all the murder.
What is, man, your accent? I love it. It's very.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's giving me very Danhausen vibes. So do you collect human monies too?
You're saying I sound like Danhausen. What are you talking about?
Hey,
Danhausen, he's got a very specific vernacular.
hey, I said you sound like. I didn't say you were like. I said you sound like.
Oh, okay. I understand. You see, you'd say that now, and now I'm gonna fall into Danhausen because I listen to him a lot. So when you say that, and then I'm gonna start sounding more like him. That's ridiculous. Don't bait me into sounding like Danhausen. I'm Smol Samuels.
What is your workout in like detail? Because you're small, so you gotta have a
That's
workout
right.
regime, I'm sure.
I am small, but I'm mighty. Small but mighty. Big things come in small packages. You know what I'm saying? And I also invented the small package, the wrestling move. I invented that, and the small package pile driver.
I thought that was small pack. What is his name? Christian
Oh,
talks
you
about
think
all
it
the
was
time.
Paul Smackage? It's not Paul Smackage. It was me.
Yeah, you sure?
It's not Paul Smackage. No, it was me. He likes to take all the, because he's like, oh, who's going to believe the little crochet guy when he says he created a small package? I'm Paul Smackage. I'm going to say that it was me. And, he never gave me the credit that I deserved.
What is your thoughts on your creator creating some more people for you, and maybe we could have a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royal of crochet people?
I know that there's already a crochet Billy the janitor, which he's a little bit taller than me. He's a little bit more yarn in his body, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he's a little bit thicker than I am. But hey, since we're still crochet buddies and whatnot, we don't have to fight each other. We can tag team against whoever. We can tag team against the industry. We can beat up Josh Vandacruz and Matthew Grant and that Jesse Mack would beat up her too because she joined the industry the last show. I was paying attention, you see.
I do see that you're in a great recall there. I would love to see you and Billy challenge the industry. I think it would. Well, three of you would be the same height, so I mean that would at least be fun.
That's what I'm talking about. You see, it's fair. Fight somebody your own size. Bring me Matthew Grant.
What is it like when you get to sleep over at Matthew Grant's house? What does the day in the life entail there?
Oh my gosh, you should see it. Kai has the run of that house. She can do whatever she wants, and therefore I can do whatever I want. So I was watching Matthew Grant's TV. I was sitting in Matthew Grant's couch. I was eating Matthew Grant's food. It was great. It was fantastic, and there was nothing he could do about it.
What do you steal? What kind of foods you got over there? What are you stealing from him? Or excuse me, what are
I
you
gotta tell
eating
you,
over there?
this guy, he's so obsessed with Red Bull. He's got so much Red Bull in the cupboard. You should see it. It looks like somebody stocked his house like he was a convenience store or something. So much Red Bull. And when it comes to food, snack foods, you know what I'm saying? That guy, he doesn't eat any organic food or nothing like that. It's all Twinkies and all dumb things and all these nonsensical foods that I can't even tell you about. That's how he fuels his tank, that guy.
Where have you gone with Kai that you absolutely love and wish you could just live there?
Where I could live there. She takes me all kinds of cool places. I would rather stay at her house than stay at, Pop's house, because all I do is hang out in the basement and watch, old tapes of wrestling. And, I got to tell you right now, my dad, he's a good guy, but he's got to take, some lessons from George Hackenschmidt. And he's got to take lessons from Luthez. You know what I'm saying? Those are the real wrestlers.
So who is your favorite wrestler then? If you're telling that Pops has got to follow their suit, who are you accustomed to really wishing your Pops would be after?
Well, my favorite wrestler of all time is Gorgeous George. He had everything. He had the strut. He had the hair. He had the moves in the ring. You couldn't get past Gorgeous George. And he looked good the whole time he was doing it, just like me. That's a real wrestler that you can look up to is Gorgeous George.
What's your takes on the Ric Flairs and the Hulk Hogans?
I got to tell you right now, I like Ric Flair more than I like Hulk Hogan because I'm a substance more than a sizzle type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I like the steak instead of the sizzle, And Ric Flair, he had this little bit of sizzle, but a whole lot of steak. And that Hulk Hogan, I got to tell you, that steak, it's thicker than a Waffle House steak at 3 a.m., that guy, But he had all that sizzle. I never trust any guy with it just has sizzle, These guys, you gotta have, in-ring prowess. You can't just be out there talking about how cool you are.
That's fair. So essentially, everything your dad does already, trying to pull off the cool card.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's got to up the cool card. He's got to get a little bit more sizzle, and he's got to add a little bit of thickness to his steak, if you catch my drift. Which I don't know what I'm even talking about because I'm a child.
Oh man, this to me, this is the craziest interview I've done, and I appreciate your time of coming out of. I think you're with Dad right now, so I appreciate you leaving the basement to sit and interview me.
He's over here in the corner. You know what I'm saying? He's drinking. That's what he does. He's got a case of beer, and he's just been sitting in the corner laughing at everything I say because he knows that I'm way more funnier than he is, and I'm way more over than he is with the wrestling audience. You know what I'm saying? He knows this.
Maybe people are thinking they're booking you, and then he just shows up, and they're like, "Well, you're here, so you might as well fight."
Oh, they're ridiculously disappointed if they thought they were getting me and outsteps this bagoo. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay, because sometimes I'll be with him, and sometimes I won't. But he's got to bring me around more often. You know what I'm saying? I want to say hi to everybody. I want to get my hugs.
Are you going to be at the show on September 12th at Sneaky D's?
I'm definitely going to be there if somebody brings me, because I can't drive. I'm a crochet doll. But, I will be there probably if somebody brings me. And it'd be nice to see you there, because then you'll be there and you'll know my name and you'll, pronounce it correctly.
I will. And I definitely will make sure I shake your hand while I'm there. I will be there because I'm sponsoring a match at the event. So I will be there.
What match are you sponsoring?
I am sponsoring the casket match between Vandercruz and Hardcore.
The industry getting what they deserve. That's what I'm saying. I don't like those guys. They're too serious. They got to come and have some fun.
They do, for sure. And you're all about the fun. You're all about the ladies. You're just a child, but you've got all the right moves and cards, eh?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, that's a description. Now, you're getting the hang of this, old shadow boy.
I'm a little bit. I'm coming around to the dapper world, if you will.
That's right. We need to get you a bow tie.
Oh, good. Maybe I'll find one for you. I'll hit up my local thrift shop and make sure I find a nice big one to wear for you.
And it's $5 at my dad's, merch table or whatever they call it.
Oh, well, I'll have to check it out.
He's got tons of colors. He spent so much money on bulk bow ties, and I gotta tell you, sometimes they sell and sometimes they don't. He's got a whole bunch, is what I'm saying.
Well, where's the Smol Samuels merch? That doesn't seem fair.
I've been plugging for it for months, but he keeps telling me that he ain't got the cash. He keeps spending it. He keeps spending it on traveling and, all these martinis. He's got to settle down on the martinis.
Well, yeah, I think so. That's a very expensive drink. Might be a dapper drink, but it's an expensive drink.
He lives the gimmick, you know what I'm saying? This is him each and every night.
In your small time, if you will, you're a wrestling fanatic. So if you could bring back one past wrestler in the industry, whether it be mainstream, indie scene, whatever, who would you bring back?
Who would I bring back? What, from the dead?
Yeah, I think that's what I was kind of getting at.
Oh my God! So you're asking me if I would bring back a wrestler as a zombie? So he's gonna be in the ring as a zombie? Like his arms could just fall off. What are you talking about?
Not a zombie, an actual live person.
Oh my gosh, that's some black magic that I have no idea what happened. Maybe that's what brought me to life. I have no idea.
You're
But
a talking crochet doll, so there has to be some kind of magic there.
Yeah, you bring me to life. You know what I'm saying? That's like that Evanescence song. You know what I'm saying? You know that band. Evanescence. You know?
Yes. Amy Lee.
Yeah, yes. yeah. You're saying it wrong, but that's okay. You know? Hey, George Hackenschmidt. Bring George Hackenschmidt back and have him train my pops on how to be a real wrestler.
So when can we see you get the crochet championship of the world? Because I'm not going to sit here and maybe I'll have to bring my crochet shadow to fight you in a match for that crochet title.
Whoa! I didn't hear nothing about there being a crochet shadow.
Yes, this was made way before I knew you existed.
My God, I had no idea. And a new opponent has come out of nowhere. Well, guess what? I'll take your crochet shadow and I'll take him out back and beat him like a rug. You know, like you're trying to clean a rug. That's how I'm gonna beat him.
I don't know. You're a little bit bigger than my guy, though. I'll say that.
Hey, in more ways than one.
You're just a child, so that's I don't.
Hey, I'm a child. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't because I'm not trying to, get a case on that comment. So we're gonna leave that one alone.
That's right. This is weird legal waters that we're swimming in here, Shadow.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect segue to tell you to promote yourself, and maybe I'll do a live and in-person interview with you when I see you on September 12th.
Yeah, maybe so. But you know what? You're going to have to get in touch with my assistant and make sure that you send a payment via PayPal. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'll just pay in yarn to make you a little bit taller.
You know what? I'll take it.
We'll make you a little bit taller. Where can the people find you other than at the shows where you're giving out $5 hugs? Because, when you do something good, you don't do it for free.
I'll be on Instagram at Smol Samuels. I make it real easy for everybody. And because I don't have fingers, it's Ty that runs it. There you go. There's a scoop. I get here to run my social media. Because you know what? I'm busy. And I don't got thumbs.
That's fair. That's how I got this interview with you is by talking to Kai. So with that being said, Smol Samuels, what is a message you wish to send to the independent wrestling world before we log off here?
Smol Samuels, the most dapper crochet manager in all of wrestling. And I book my dad so I can go more places and meet more girls.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Shadowsphere. That is Smol Samuels. I am.
This has been the Smol Sphere.
I hope you guys enjoy the show, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Welcome to the Shadow.